And a good day, everybody. John Henderson, Pierre the Beverage Ramble, back again with you, another rambling edition. Today, we're looking at, from Southern Prohibition Company, Suzy Blonde Ale. Nice little image designed by the brewing company. Southern Prohibition Brewing Company, based in Hattiesburg, Mississippi. 5% ABV. This is a American blonde ale style. Good score on Rate Beer and Beer Advocate. Picked this up the other day at this convenience store, which here in Mobile, which lately has been I've been going to quite a bit because number one, the price was reasonable. It was $2.04, $2.04 plus tax for the can. Maybe a little bit high, but they've been getting quite a bit of good craft beers into that store. And I just by chance one day I was just walking in there using the restroom and getting gas, and I just saw craft beer. So I said, okay. They had stuff in packs, and also they had some singles, and I said, maybe interesting. So went back the following week, picked up the Coastal Stout by Braided River, and a couple of other beers I picked up, which I've reviewed. And I said, hey, this is some not bad stuff here. And the prices are about decent, compared to other places I would go to. And Rouse's, obviously, I'll go to there. And then, of course, there's the Greer's Cash Saver here in Mobile. So some interesting spots I've gone to. But anyway, enough of where I purchase my beer, or my hookup store, which also has come through a few times, but lately there hasn't really been much there. Here's what my beer looks like. It has a sort of very orangey, very cloudy, murky looks, color. Beer is fresh. Sorry, I hate to do this. Okay. September 8th, 2021. So it is super fresh. Hazel's are very, very strong, very, not strong hops, but very malty. Almost like a yeast sort of smell I'm getting from this beer. Unfiltered, flavorful, drinkable, and a great for any occasion. So, what the site says. So, let's try it out. A bit malty. Not overly malty, but a bit yeasty, bready. There's a little hint of fruit in this. It's kind of nice, easy drinking. Not too bad. Seeing what's on courtroom shows. Oh boy, nothing. But good. I don't have to pay for cable. Wheat, barley, hops, water, and yeast. Like I said, I'm getting that very yeasty, bready taste to this. Very refreshing. Sort of like a type of bread you get. It's kind of very nice, fresh roll. So it has a sweetness to this, and the yeast in the sweet is kind of like, it doesn't, when you don't add any sugar to it, but it has that natural goodness. And this beer has it, Actually, it's the greatest blonde ale I've had. I've had other blonde ales that are pretty good. Does this remind me of the Kona Big Wave Golden Ale? Hope I hopefully that was the name of that beer from Kona Brewing Company, Aloha, or of course the other blonde ale. Of course, there's Day Spring, which that by New Belgium, and which I think they discontinued that for whatever the reason. That was really good, and then that was available basically at every grocery store and even service station. I even seen it. It was at a good price too. But again, as they always say, if things ain't if it ain't pushing, it ain't moving. It got to move out of the shelf. And that's kind of how a lot of these distributors, do these things. If it's, and also the stores too. If it's not pushing, then we can't sell it. If it's not selling, then we got to go. But then again, someone won't rotate their beers. Hey, this beer. Oh, wow, this beer says December 2018. Yeah, it's really fresh. Oh yeah, this beer's from 2020. It happens, folks. So, one service station. But anyway. And another blonde ale that also comes to mind. Well, at that time I didn't know it was a blonde ale, and I'm sure many of you probably are not, into beer, but think it's a malt liquor. But again, for many of us, Ballantine Ale, of course, the world-renowned Ballantine Ale. That's a blonde ale, and that is as good as it gets. As is Day Spring too. So, as far as the brewing company, Southern Prohibition Brewing, I've had 3 beers from them. I've had the see what else I had. I had the Crowd Control. Also the Jack the Sipper, which was an ESB, an English style bitter. Unfortunately, that has been discontinued by the brewery. Another thing that was very popular. So, and also had the Devil's Harvest. So those are probably the 3 beers I've had from them, and they put out some good stuff. I believe Haint Blue here in Mobile. I think someone told me it was either being brewed there or maybe at some other brewery in some other brewing company in Kill, Mississippi. I'm not sure, but it might be at Southern Prohibition. Um, um, that their Haint Blue brews their beer from there. Of course, they're known for their IPA, the Haint Blue with their saison, also their IPA, which is still sold and a very good product as well. But interesting enough, I think Mississippi, even though after Prohibition was lifted in 1933, Prohibition had ended. Still, you had some states, still there were some states that refused to recognize that law, and Mississippi was one of those states, and they finally lifted it where you can sell beer now. That ended in 1963. So after 1933, when that ended, when Prohibition was lifted all across the country, again, some states still were not following those rules. Mississippi will again. So 30 years later, Mississippi says, okay, we'll lift the ban as well on selling alcohol. So interesting how times they were. I guess they're doing a lot of bootlegging alcohol back then. Bootleg! So, in any event, this is a good blonde ale. Again, not as good as Ballantine. Not as good as what you call it. The one I also like, the Day Spring. Hope it comes back, New Belgium. If you're watching, bring it back. But this is good. So I'm gonna go with the same score. I'm gonna go B. About a B score. I'm gonna go about an 8.2, 8.3. So this is a B. Really good blonde ale. Nice, easy drinking, refreshing. 5%, not overly heavy. You can't go wrong. Just a good beer. Again, but like I said, Ballantine and Day Spring are better. And definitely downtime is cheap. And I like cheap. Hey. So that was my score for the Suzy B Blonde Ale by Southern Prohibition Company. Check it out. John Henderson, PR, the Beverage Ramble. And you can keep on watching. As always, cheers, live, laugh, and love. Suzy B. Suzy.